welcome back to the court to the Celtic Wyvern King as we jump back into our Stargate 5e campaign. Ooh, excuse me, it's been a long week. Did not mean to yawn, it's a little too early for that. But we're going to go around, introduce yourself, say who you are, who you play, and what's going through everyone's mind right now. But then also, for Sharifa and Keshna, what do y'all think your consequence is for your unsanctioned conversation with the prisoner? We're actually going to go ahead and start with Vigo.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick. I go by Professor Hexagon. I'll go over where you can find me at the end. I play Vigo Sigmundsson, the Viking scientist from Cimmeria. Right now, Vigo, I think, is trying to focus on the interrogation coming up so he doesn't think about how horribly he's been treating people.
Okay. Sharifa.
Hey, my name's Stormy. I play Sharifa, the leader from Abydos with a chip on her shoulder and who's going to be in some serious cow dung tonight. That's okay. She's starting to get used to it. She's not a people pleaser. She's the only people she thinks she has to make happy are the three that are on her team.
And ain't none of them happy.
Oh, that's okay. She will make it up to them. She will make it up to them eventually. She's pretty sure she's going to spend a few days in the brig and then have a nice long conversation with the general after he's calmed down. She also thinks she's probably going to lose some leadership privileges. She's already lost privileges from the first time they went out. She's no longer allowed to carry C4. So she's kind of wondering what's up next, and she's fully ready to be thrown off base if that happens.
Okay. Next up is Lisa.
Everybody, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. I play Dr. Brooke Walker, human medic, and she's just letting other than getting permission to take Vigo back to Cimmeria to see his home, see what he can find from his home. She's just working. She's thrown herself into work. She, they told her what they did, and it was like, yeah, thanks for telling me. She's like, nothing I can do about it. I'll do my where you can find me during outros.
Yeah, though also real quick, if I recall, after hearing that bit, you were in your office and finally had the whole breakdown from the adrenaline, right?
Yeah, I locked the door, turned the lights off, and had my little emotional reaction to the firefight and everything, and that's kind of where we left her, actually.
Yep. Alright, and then Keshna.
Hi, I'm Keshna. Oh, I play Keshna. I'm B. Necrotic Viper on Twitch, Discord, TikTok. Keshna. Well, she, last we left, she had just fled the office after informing Brooke over here or what her and Sharifa got up to. If any punishment comes for Sharifa or for Keshna, it would be from Brooke. Because Sharifa didn't tell the general that she was involved.
That's facts. She took it all on herself.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is interview the guards.
She tried, homie. She tried.
But yeah,
God bless both of y'all, because.
But anyhow,
you guys are so fun. I was trying to describe y'all to somebody, and I literally didn't have words. It's like they're really chaotic, but in a good way, but not in a good way.
Like chaotic neutral, then.
Yeah.
So, Keshna's not really worried about punishment per se. It's more she's worried about what may or may not happen with Brooke at this point.
I mean, depending on Brooke's
Yeah.
mood, that's punishment its own right, as y'all have seen so far. Whenever Brooke goes full on mom mode on y'all,
Yeah, exactly. She quickly told him what happened, gave the facts, and fled.
yep,
I mean, there's no better way to put it.
fair.
So,
Aye. And then again, I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. I am the Chaos Wrangler for these this group.
Hooligans.
Nah, hooligans isn't the right thing. Y'all don't get in that much trouble. At least not yet. Hey, I did say not yet. But real quick before we jump into our recap, just some general house rules. But if you like what you see and you haven't hit the follow button, please do so. It's always nice when we get a new follow. It's always good to see support for the channel. And same thing goes, if you like what you see and you want to support us more, you can always hit that subscribe. Especially if you have a Amazon Prime account that's connected to your Twitch, because you can actually use a free sub from Amazon on Twitch. So you can even support us without having to take anything out of your wallet. Same goes for bits and all that. And don't forget, especially for those who've been watching for a while, we do have channel points. As myself and Lisa have used multiple times now, though I have an infinite number because I own the channel. So I get to torture them with points.
you can make me a mod and I can have an infinite number, I believe.
Mods do not get infinite number. I'm a mod
Oh, no?
on 2 channels. I do not get infinite number.
Oh.
Now, a mod can say where the points go through or not, so you can technically refund yourself, but then that's not fair at that point. Like, every time I do stuff on Will's channel or Ray's channel, I always say, like, yep, and my points are gone. Whatever I spent, they stay spent. But there's all sorts of cool channel points you can do, because you can obviously make, because, oh. I said, dang, Lisa, thanks for the gift subs.
Had a bonus at work, so I'm sharing the wealth.
Hey, I appreciate it. But like I said, there's all sorts of points you're able to redeem. We got some here. We can actually name something in the game, give a bonus to someone here towards their dice roll, make us all do self-care, whether it's taking a drink, stretching, posture check, or hell, all 3. And then, with the exception of my TTRPG streams, there's even one where you can make me do some form of physical exercise. Thankfully, the one person I put that in for has not used it against me as I've used theirs against them. Because Nick knows who I'm talking about. And like I said,
We gotta hydrate.
Ones in there. Huh?
We gotta
Okay.
hydrate.
Thanks for the hydrate.
Great.
See? Look, like I said, y'all gotta take care of ourselves.
I forgot to bring water.
Wendy.
So it's going to have to be soda for now.
That's what do you think I'm drinking?
Unsweet iced tea.
There's water in these.
Water.
Well, normally I have a bottle of water with Crystal Light in it, and then
Yeah.
my soda.
Again, it's fine. Like I said, there's plenty of times where I'm drinking other stuff besides soda and water.
Ginger beer for the win.
Well, not that, but at least not half of that. Other part 2 is just keep an eye, because I am possibly going to start another show on here at some point. I'm just trying to decide what day and what system, because I got a couple ideas. It's really just doing the whole, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? But definitely keep an eye out, and you can do so by going into my link tree, which hopefully should have potion. I say, like I said, straight check doesn't work on TTRPG streams, Nick. That's the one where I have to work out.
Oh, that's
Oh, no,
me.
you got to work out.
Or, yeah, man, sorry. I don't know why I said Nick. My bad. Yeah, but if you actually
You can do
I'll pin it
you
real
can do
quick.
jumping jacks, or
So I'm actually going to pin it to the top here. But in there, on my link tree, you can find a link to our Discord. That we can actually stay caught up to our streams as well. And with that, time for the recap. So, last we left off, as I said before, Sharifa and Keshna did an unauthorized interrogation of the prisoner, who is the only remaining survivor of the opposition who attacked Cymeria. To no avail were they able to get any information, at least none that was helpful. And Vigo was very... I'm trying to think of the
Pissed.
right word to use here. Was very obstinate in how they wanted to go about the prisoner. Like, they were very adamant to talk to themselves to the point where the general and the major leader had to tell them, like, nah, go now, cool off. Because they understand that, he's in a world of hurt. His dad's MIA. He has no idea what's happened to his dad. He hasn't even seen what's left of his village yet. So that's going to be something right there, too. And just there's a lot that's happened because he was benched due to wounds. And then, as we also said with Brooke, they literally just had their mental crash after being in their first real firefight. And just, as Lisa put it, just Brooke was literally throwing themselves to their work because there was a lot of people needed treated. Thankfully, there was no major injuries besides a couple. That was kind of a small blessing out of this whole bit. But it was still a lot to do because there was about 80 survivors that were crammed into the rec room / infirmary of this base.
My people.
Vigo and I had a nice moment.
And then
One
it
of the
was
few
ruined by
episodes.
Keshna bringing news to Brooke of what her and Sharifa got up to.
Oh, yeah. But with that, so we're going to go ahead and pick up Prince right where we left off. And we're actually going to start with Vigo, who just had their really first argument with Sharifa. So, Vigo, go ahead and talk us through what's kind of going through Vigo's head right now after Sharifa stormed off. After you kind of, put them in their place, so to speak, in terms of the actions they took.
I think Vigo is going through is just like honestly a whirlwind, like a maelstrom of emotions right now, just because like he always looked to Sharifa for for strength, and now she's kind of going off and doing her thing. His dad got taken. His whole world got turned upside down, and he's kind of pacing back and forth in his room and talking to himself, kind of like angry with himself at the same time. He's trying to justify himself, and he looks down and he sees the glass that she left there of the alcohol from Abydos, the last bottle, and he just looks at it angrily and picks it up and drinks it.
Muted.
And what do you do after you drink that?
Probably
The
sit down.
interrogation's not till the morning.
Yeah. He's gonna sit on the bed, kind of like stare off into the middle distance, try and think, like, what's the one thing that I know that can kind of center me? And he just reaches over and grabs one of the 1,500 manuals he has on the Stargate, opens it up, and starts going through it.
Okay. What's this manual pertaining to? Just
General composition of like the actual Stargate itself, like the mineral essentially.
yeah, okay. Yeah, the Naquita, among other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a bit. Now we're going to jump over to Brooke, who again is just crashing. So, Lisa,
Yeah.
go ahead and describe like what's going on with Brooke right now as they're in their office with the doors locked.
Yeah, it's like it's just like I think because she hasn't dealt with it at all. She just threw herself into work, and it's just like waves crashing over you. So she's literally like sitting in the corner of the office on the floor in the dark, kind of shaking, and at the same time talking to herself like, "You've been through worse than this. Pull it together. Pull it together. You can do this. Pull it together." Because she knows in a little bit she's got to go back out there.
Excuse me. Okay. And then now to jump back to Stormy with Sharifa. What's Sharifa doing after they literally just got into, again, their first argument with Vigo, who is probably one of the ones they're closest to on the team, really, just with the way y'all's dynamic has been thus far.
I'm gonna go punch a punching bag for a bit.
Or the rec room got turned into a infirmary type place, so all the equipment's pretty much not able to be used right now.
then she's going to go sit in her room and find something to do, other than trying to. She's trying to keep herself from crying right now because
Yeah.
she wasn't expecting him to be that upset. So it's kind of like she wanted to hit something. She can't hit something. She wants to leave base, but she knows if she does, the general's going to be mad. So she's just kind of go sit in her room and eventually lay down on her bed, curl up into a ball, and cry like she's never cried before.
Okay.
See what you did, Vigo?
Alright, and then Keshna, what are you doing after you left Brooke?
Keshna, she went back to her room, after disabling her special security system long enough to get inside.
As much?
So, just a touch. Just a touch. And she would
Front.
work on studying survival, I guess. It would be
Front.
Okay.
she's trying to keep her mind busy and not venture off onto any more baked plans at the moment.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Okay.
I find it really interesting that in a time of true crisis, everybody isolates.
Imagine when you guys get into worse situations.
No.
No, but
No.
we're going to go back to Vigo since I decided to do that. Go ahead and give me a...
Now you can go back.
So you said, okay, what in particular are you trying to learn about the composition in that manual?
Oh no, it was literally just like the first book he grabbed. It wasn't anything of him like
No, but
trying.
Do you like thumb through to a certain part to start reading, or like when you grabbed the book and saw what you grabbed, what was the first thing that came in your mind of what you wanted to learn from that book?
Possibly other uses for the Naquita or the material other than because he knows that it's a really great at being a capacitor. It holds a lot of energy, so he's trying to kind of thumb through it to see if there's any other applications for it.
All right, give me an engineering check. Yeah, you were still so coiled up from your argument with Sharifa that it's literally the information is just not even retaining. You're not able to pick out anything. It's kind of just all a blur. But hey, you do get a Eureka point though.
I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
That's why I said it. That's one thing that's actually kind of cool about this system for those who are watching is different classes have the different special abilities like in any tabletop system. But the cool thing about the scientists in particular is that if they fail an intelligence or wisdom based check, whether it's a flat out intelligence or wisdom check or any skill pertaining to those abilities, they get what's called a Eureka point, where essentially it allows them to roll with advantage the next time they roll, if they choose to spend a point. They do not get to keep the points from session to session. So, like for example, if Nick here didn't use the point before we end tonight, well, that point's gone next time we start. But it's still a really cool bit there because if you are having just bad luck with rolls, cool, you can bank some of those points. And you have limits based on your level as well. I don't remember what the limit is for Nick right now. I have to double check, which ain't too high, being only level 2. But that still kind of helps you out, especially if you have my dice rolls as a player. Though I don't know if that would be a problem tonight since B here decided to give me a Bardic.
I was feeling nice. Sorry, you guys.
But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and actually, since you were studying survival, B, go ahead and give me a just give me a wisdom check. Nope. Yeah.
Nope. Like Vigo, it's going in one You're out the house.
Pretty much, it's that you're
Man,
more preoccupied.
everybody is messed up.
Oh yeah, and that's we're being reflecting the roles, which is really nice. Now for Keshna, I would say it's more so you're more worried about what Brooke is going to say for the actions that y'all did, because you don't even know the fact that Sharifa didn't rat you out to the general.
Yeah.
You're either assuming nothing was said, period, or at the very least you were both ratted out, and then you just ratted both of y'all out to Brooke. So you're more worried about the
Gone
consequences.
the way you thought she would.
But see the way Keshna sees it, it's better just to tell Brooke right away everything now, because Brooke will find out eventually, and if you don't tell her something, it'll be double worse later.
But she didn't
Am
react
I
the way
wrong?
you thought she would. She didn't react the way you thought she would, did she?
No, but Keshna didn't stick around either.
No.
Thanks,
Later,
bye.
alligator.
Bad news,
Slow cover
bye.
Before striking.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and fast forward a few hours, because Lisa, how long would Brooke be laying in the office like that?
I'd say probably 20 minutes.
Alright, and so after
And then,
oh, go ahead.
so is it kind of going on evening time now?
Oh yeah, it was about evening when you were given this news.
Yeah, she's gonna go out and send the other doctor home because she doesn't think she's gonna be able to sleep tonight anyway. So she's just gonna take his shift
Okay.
and work.
Okay. Yeah, so you pretty much just work through the night at that point with God knows how much coffee
Yeah.
you drink.
Yep.
I mean, at least it's not Keshna drinking coffee.
Yeah, we all know what
Yeah.
happens there. And then for Sharifa, how long do you think you'd be laying down crying as you were? Do you think it'd be for a little bit, or do you think it would have gone through the night until you passed out?
Yeah, through the night till she passed out. She's
Okay.
got the door locked. She's just hiding.
Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward to the morning, and we're going to go and start with Sharifa. So what do you do when you wake up?
She's gonna stay in her room for now.
Anything in particular, or still just laying there?
Kind of just still laying there, but at the same time she's got like this little thing set up where she's throwing almost like one of those Velcro dartboards,
Okay.
but it's more like a Velcro knife board.
Okay. So we'll come.
She's just kind of waiting to be summoned, or just for somebody to come see her, because at this point she's not leaving her room.
Okay. And then, Brooke, what are you doing after morning hits?
Muted.
Taking the next.
Never mind.
Like, am I? She's taking the next shift.
Oh, you're still taking another shift?
Yep.
She's gonna crash and crash hard.
Yeah. Eventually.
So actually, what I want you to do at this point, considering you have now gone probably more than 24 hours without sleep, right? Yeah, it's been more than 24 hours. Because as soon as you got back from Cymeria, you immediately went to the infirmary.
Yep.
So give me a Constitution save.
Terrible. 11.
Yeah, so you are just barely able to keep going.
Yep.
Like you're.
Well, I mean, it's slowed down, so it's not that
Yeah.
high adrenaline anymore. Now it's more paperwork and.
Yeah, that's why the check wasn't that high. If it was
Yeah,
like
so she just-
y'all were dealing with like major injuries still, nah, you would have crashed.
Oh, I would have called someone in if someone needed surgery or something. I wouldn't. She's not stupid. She's not gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you would have done like a surgery in that state, but it's whether you still would have stayed and helped others.
Right.
But okay, so we'll come back to you on that part. Keshna, what are you doing when morning comes?
After once she got herself, looking presentable, hopefully, she would go check on Vigo.
Okay.
She's got to check. She's got to see how her buddy's doing.
Yeah. Oh, and
yes, she did set her
oh god,
specialty up.
that's gonna get you in trouble one of these days.
That's issues.
Real quick, because I can't remember. Besides the cup you drank that was left there, how much of the Aberdonian wine did you have?
Oh,
Well, she took the bottle with her. So
I took the bottle. I just left the cup.
that glass is all that was there.
Okay, so it was just the one drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna make you roll anything then. Okay. Vigo. So when morning hits, what do you do? Because you haven't been called yet to Major Bell's office just yet.
I think Vigo is probably going to be laying on his back. He has the entire manual, like the 3,000-page manual, open on his face as he's snoring into the pages. He's just laying on his back, the manual over his face.
Yeah.
Oh, much better.
All right. Now I was saying, what do you jostle awake or do you not?
Oh, I'm assuming with a military base, right? So they have Reveille.
Kinda, not really for this one. Because again, you're on a whole different planet.
Fair point. Okay, so I would imagine,
and the base isn't entirely human, or entirely
that's a good
Earth.
point.
It's not entirely Earth.
So yeah, I think he probably has an alarm, goes off, he juts himself awake, and the book flies across the room against the door.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna look down and see the empty glass and immediately feel like crap because of how the night ended. So
how potent is that anyhow?
Not much.
Kind of like their version of a white wine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now the moonshine style she's not sharing with anybody.
All right. So what do you do though? After you jostle awake.
I think he's gonna probably do his normal like morning stretches, getting some fresh clothes because I think he's been wearing for a couple of days.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna take the glass and he's gonna go down to Sharifa's room.
Okay. So as you're heading to Sharifa, you do meet up with Keshna in the hallway.
So he's got the glass kind of out front, walking. It's like, oh, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I've been better, to be perfectly honest. I was gonna take this back to Sharifa. Did you want to join me?
Sure. Let's see what shenanigans can happen now.
As they're walking, Vigo's gonna stop and kind of turn to Keshna and be like, "Remind me to talk to you about your home defense setup in your room. I have pointers." He just keeps walking.
All right, and then when y'all get to Sharifa's room,
it's gonna just knock on the door. Hey, Sharifa, are you in there?
She'll kind of look at the door like she doesn't want to talk to anybody, and she'll finally sigh and just go open the door. And yeah, it does look like she's been crying.
Yeah, you immediately see Vigo's face. When he sees how you look when you come to the door, you see him just kind of like sink. Like, oh, I wanted to return this, and kind of hands you back your glass.
I got it from the kitchen or the mess hall.
Okay, I'm lying. I wanted to come and make sure. I'm sorry about what I said and how I acted, and
You're fine.
I appreciate that, but I don't feel fine. And all you guys are doing is trying to help, and all I'm doing is throwing it in your faces.
You have all rights to be angry at me. I don't like the way they do things around here. Maybe I'm too impulsive at times.
Sorry, I was watching Lisa nod. Like, yes.
She is. She's impulsive at times. But you yourself did nothing wrong. I was in the wrong. You
Well,
were not.
it's going to be probably any minute now before I get called by Major Bell to talk to the prisoner. Is there any pointers you want to give me?
He's not thirsty.
I don't know. Enhanced interrogation is the only thing that's going to work. We talked to him. I asked him one question over and over and over and over again, but I don't know.
I have faith that Major Bell has methods of getting under his skin, so I'm gonna be sitting in with him. I'll let you know how it goes, okay?
No, that's good. You let me know how it goes.
All right. I guess I'll see you around then.
I'll be right here.
Vigo's gonna kind of awkwardly walk away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you leave Sharifa's. Well, first off, before I get that part, Keshna, are you staying in the room then, or what are you doing?
Oh no, Keshna's like she doesn't do emotion of crying.
Yeah.
That's she literally had turned her back and kind of like stood off to the side, kind of like trying to kind of twiddle her thumbs and try not to hear what they're saying.
Alright. Well,
Just patiently waiting.
Okay, well, we'll come right back to that in a second then.
I was gonna say, before Vigo gets too far, she'll step out and go. She'll kind of catch up with Vigo and go touch his shoulder. I wanted to say I'm sorry.
You were doing what you thought was right. That's all any of us can do.
Just hold your cool. Don't be like me. And listen to Major Bell. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. I will. I appreciate that.
She'll kind of just reach up, pat him on the cheek, and then walk back to her room and close the door.
Alright. At that point, over the intercom.
Vigo, report to Major Bell's office. Vigo to Major Bell's office.
Immediate flap sweats. Okay, he's gonna make his way to Major Bell's office.
Are you bolting it? You walking? You doing a brisk jog?
I'm walking. He's
Okay.
as he's going.
Okay. Alright. And then as you're heading to Bell's office, so what are you two going to do then? Since you're just staying outside, Sharifa's room. Keshna, Sharifa, what are y'all doing?
Oh,
Sharifa's
Well-
just gonna lay the last foam knife down on her nightstand and just crawl back into bed.
Keshna had started to walk with Vigo because she was really curious about his suggestion for her home defense.
God, I know.
and she's even tugging. She's like, because she's only, what did I say, like 5'2", 5'1"?
5'2".
Yeah, so she's gotta like tug on his sleeve and be like, "Hey, come on, tell me the."
So, first thing, maybe don't have something go off right away, and always it's better to trap than maim. So, because Vigo knows that he's not going to be able to dissuade Keshna at all to dismantle these maps. So he's gonna try and make him as non-lethal as possible. It's like like a snare trap or a level trap, or even a net. Even just having a net prepped above your door, open the door, net falls. You much better than taking somebody out the shins, or I'm just saying you'd be giving more work to Brooke. So
I made the spikes. I doled them so it's a blunt object now. So
that's a step in the right direction. That's
enough. I set it up so it should stop them from entering, but not harm them too badly.
We're just trying to make sure we don't give Brooke unnecessary work. That's all I'm saying.
Do you want me to escort you to General Bell's office?
Sure. You can come with me to Bell's office.
Oh, I figured y'all were saying this as you were going to Bell's office.
No, I think he'd stop in the hallway and just put in some serious thought into how can I deter Keshna from shin knocking people.
Alright, well, what do you guys do as you head towards Bell's office? Because Brooke is still in the middle of their third shift in a row.
I think Vigo's going to talk to him about times when he's gone hunting. Siberian chickens and whatnot. And he's going to, there's times when we had the rocks with ropes on them, we threw them and it trapped the legs, things like that. You don't want to do anything that would cause undue damage.
Which is only getting Keshna's brain thinking.
Oh, Lord.
Was that the road to hell is paved with good intentions?
So as you guys are walking toward Bell's office, Keshna, what's your passive perception?
All right. Where's it on the sheet?
Oh, I'll just find it real quick.
Yeah,
there it
I didn't
is.
have much.
That's fine. It's underneath your condition box. So, yeah, I mean, with your passive perception, though, you immediately recognize that the two guards who are standing outside the prisoner's cell are walking towards you down the hall. Now, it looks like they're off shift. They're not, coming to grab you. But you immediately recognize them.
Keshna would just casually keep walking with Vigo, talking to him, not
Yeah, well, let's see.
trying to.
Keshna, you're sweating really profusely. Are you okay?
Right, let's see if they recognize you. I was going to roll once for both of them.
Please say it's the low bullet dice.
Well,
They recognized you.
Yeah.
no, they didn't. Unless
Oh.
someone use some
Okay,
points to help me out.
Oh,
No,
remember I
but,
gave you the D4 too, so
That wouldn't change it.
okay.
I rolled a 3.
Oh.
No, but yeah, as they're going, yeah, they don't recognize you, but you can tell that it looks like they just got chewed the fuck out. And probably by Major Bell by the looks of it.
Keshna would happily just nudges Vigo, just keep going. I'll tell you later. Type.
Okay.
Just wait until Brooke finds out they went there on the pretenses of being sent by the medical team.
But Brooke would have found out when
Yeah,
Keshna told her.
Keshna told her.
No, you just said that y'all
You
went to
didn't-
talk to the prisoner. You didn't say
Oh,
what
okay.
pretense. You never said what lie you used to get past the guards. You just said you went and talked to the prisoner.
Oh yeah. Well, Brooke never asked that part, so she didn't lie either.
Well, that's not what Lisa's getting at.
I know, but
That's walking a very thin line.
But you didn't ask.
Oh, excuse me. All right.
Oh, y'all are fun.
So y'all make it to Major Bell's office, and he is red in the face. Like, you can tell he was just like he literally was just chewing people out. And he before this part actually, Keshner, are you going into the office with Vigo?
sure, why not?
Okay. So again,
She's not paying attention. She's just walking and talking.
True. That's fair. So y'all walk into you get to Major Bell's office, doors open, you guys again can see that he is red in the face, like he just finished chewing someone out. What do y'all do?
Vigo's gonna reach around with the open door. He's just gonna knock on the open door.
Yeah, the
That's all
Major's
you-
gonna pick his head up when he hears a knock. He sees you, he go ahead and motions for you to come in, and then he realizes Keshno is behind you, and you could tell that he's angry.
Oh, yeah. Vigo's putting two and two together. He's like,
About face, and Krishna just casually is trying to walk away.
Oh, he's going to tell you, stop.
Well, she's gonna stop, obviously.
Turn around.
Oh no! When she stopped, she would turn around.
Oh,
She
okay.
wouldn't.
And then
She wouldn't push it.
And then also because I mentioned Band of Brothers earlier. Do you guys remember like in the first episode when David Schwimmer's character was getting the lieutenant once, why he literally just went like this, like the motion, like telling him where to stand. That's pretty much what he's doing for you. He's telling you exactly where to stand, Keshna.
Yeah, Keshna's gonna do it. She's not gonna push her luck. She knows she's in deep water.
Yeah, and before he starts, he's going to turn to Vigo and he's going to go like, "I do not want to hear a word from you, because as far as I know, you are not complicit. Don't make me think otherwise."
Vigo just
He's going to turn to Keshna and goes, "So what were you thinking yesterday?"
Okay.
Because again, you can tell that he is seething, but he is keeping his volume at a normal tone.
It's the evil ventriloquist voice.
Pretty much. I would
What do
say
you
more
mean,
so like
sir?
Father from Codename Kid Next Door, whenever he's not exploding.
What do you mean, sir?
Do not act innocent with me. Unlike the general, I do not tolerate bullshit. He's waiting for the real answer.
Oh, I rolled for Keshna, and I'm trying to think of the right wording for this.
Oh, okay, I'll say roll. I don't say roll, but I see what you mean now. Okay.
No,
You're good.
just
You're good.
my-
I get what you're doing. You're good.
So I'm just trying to think of the right wording, and it's I'm picturing his face and Keshna.
She can blame it on Sharifa. That's fine.
No, that's not Keshna though.
Better image for how Major Bell is right now. For those who watch MASH, the TV show, Colonel Potter, whenever he was pissed but not yelling.
Ooh.
Okay, that
That's
made
a
it
better
worse.
example, actually, now that I think about it.
Mhm. I was thinking about trying to help a teammate, and she would just leave it at that.
Do you know how many laws that you two, because he's not gonna mention the other, because Vigo can make a safe bet who the other person is, have broken, regardless of
Her
whether this
laws.
prisoner is from Earth or not.
A completely innocent question because she doesn't know better. What are laws?
Do you not
She,
have, do you not have rules of engagement among the Jaffa, or on how to treat prisoners?
but ours are different from yours. I don't see what I did wrong. We were just trying to get answers.
Yes, but you do not have permission to start talking to them. You do not have permission to pretend to be giving medical care to get in.
Oh, I didn't talk to him. She got a
Complicity does not equal innocence. We will have a discussion between me, General Lawyer, you, and Sharifa about what will be done for this later. And he's just going to point to the door, saying, essentially showing that you're dismissed.
She, on her way out, she would stop, look over her shoulder, and be like, "It was all my idea," and then kind of scurry out. She's trying to protect her team leader here.
So, Vigo, what were you doing the entire time Keshna was being interrogated?
Sitting uncomfortably still, just looking straight forward. There's probably like a bauble or something on the major's desk. He's just staring daggers straight at it, trying to make sure that he doesn't participate in what's going on over there in any way, shape, or form. It's like, man, that's a really cool snow globe. That's a snow globe right there. That's a really ooh. Like, what is Pennsylvania? I don't know why he would have a snow globe of Pennsylvania, but that's Pennsylvania snow globe right there.
And just like that, Major Bell's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, and you're gonna see it take like he's gonna sit in his chair, recollect himself. He's gonna turn to you, still very much red in the face, but you can tell that he is not as tense as he was, because you do not go back to your normal skin tone after being that infuriated. You know, it takes a bit, as you saw with your dad plenty of times, probably.
Especially when dealing with Keshna.
But he's going to turn to you and go like, "Okay, let's get back to the matter of hand. I am about to go talk to this prisoner, and as a reminder, you are given the courtesy," and he's putting a big emphasis on courtesy, "of sitting in. You are not to chime in, otherwise I will kick you from the room. And I don't mean metaphorically, I mean literally."
What question?
Yes.
What if I have a question?
What do you mean by that? You need to be a little bit more specific since it is an interrogation.
What if I think of something I want to ask him?
You will run it by me first. You were just there as an observer. And I'll determine if that question fits within the line of with what we're trying to find out, or if it's... Excuse me again.
You're excused.
Mm-hmm.
Its relevance to the interrogation.
I think you have an idea of what question I would like to ask him.
More than likely, but why don't you go ahead and ask?
Who he works for, and where is my father?
You are half right. The other one is not going to be about your father specifically. It's going to be about everyone who was taken. But yes, that's going to be the general gist of what we are going to find out. Hopefully.
There were others taken aside of my father?
If you read the reports from everyone, you would have seen that it wasn't just your father taken, because why would they attack and take one person? Especially with how many they're attacking.
Well, I mean, he is the blacksmith, so he, it's linchpin of the town. So The horses would go unhooved. Roofs would go
Unshod.
Yeah.
And to let you know, these assailants were using Motocs and Zat guns. They have no need of a blacksmith.
That makes much more sense than what I had in my head. Okay.
Alright, follow me. He's then going to get up from his desk, and you guys are going to proceed to the interrogation room.
Vigo is going to try and do his best mean mug when he goes into this room with this guy.
God.
I want to see what that looks like.
I was about to ask, why don't you describe what your mean mug will look like, considering how you've described Vigo thus far?
So yeah, Vigo, he's got like... He has like slight laughter lines because he smiles a lot, but he's going to be forcing the corners of his mouth down. It's kind of like and, like furrowing his brow, so he's, get the...
God.
Walking.
Oh. Alright. Alright, so you guys get to the interrogation room. There's 2 guards posted outside, both with Zat guns. So they're armed with non-lethal. They'll salute at the door. One of them will then grab their key, open the door. Well, the major will salute back first. But they're going to open the door, and they're going to let you in to the interrogation room. Interrogation room is, about what you think it is size-wise. And it literally just has 1 table, 2 chairs. And 1 chair the prisoner is sitting in, he's sitting very nonchalantly. Like, he doesn't have a worry in the world. He's on an alien world. No way of getting out, and who knows what else. But the major's going to take a seat directly across from him. He's going to tell
Vigo's going to sit down next to him.
No, there's only 2 chairs.
Oh.
He's going to tell you to stay in the corner. He also wants to make sure that if your emotions take over, you don't try and, jump over the desk. He wants to make sure there's going to be some distance, so if he needs to, stiff arm you or do something, he can. Granted, with him only being like 5'8", that'd be a sight to see, considering you're like 6'3". It is 6'3" for Vigo, right?
6'3" or 6'4", I think.
Okay. But the major is going to sit down, and we're going to use the same threshold that we had set up before, which, granted, only I have that number. Oh, wrong button. Because go ahead and let y'all know how interrogation works. So we kind of went over it last time. Is that, and this can be done by anyone who is privy to the interrogation. So it's not just a one-person action. It can literally be, like, let's say all 4 of my players here were the ones doing the interrogation. Hold on. Nope, never mind. It's stuck. I'll have to wait. Gotta love allergies. Anyway, but let's say it was all 4 of them doing the interrogation. One was the interrogator. The other 3 would essentially be support. The interrogator would choose what tactic they use. The supports would say what ways they'd be aiding. And then that would essentially affect both the DC they have to make as well as what they're able to roll overall. Which is really cool on that part. Because it can literally be, like, let's say, you're doing a line of questioning. Someone can be, trying to bluff. They can be just observing for any kind of, like, what's the term? Micro expressions. Like, essentially what the person's tell is. Stuff like that. Which is really cool. And you would determine the order that people can do stuff in for the most part. Again, depending on how many people are, again, being part of it by doing a Moxie roll. Moxie is like initiative, but it uses your charisma modifier versus your dexterity modifier. Which is actually one real cool thing about the system, is that when you're doing plot encounters versus your standard, like, action encounters, that your charisma actually does become a big part of it. It's not just like, oh, hey, here's your persuasion roll, here's your intimidation roll. It's like, now your charisma will determine what order y'all actually go in as well. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the question tactic, because it never hurts to start with the basics. And Major Bell's literally not even going to waste time. He's going to sit in the chair and go like, so I know you've already been spoken to, although they were not supposed to talk to you. let's go ahead and just make this quick for the both of us. Who do you work for, and what are you doing on Cymeria? So now he's asked this question. Now I'm that person. Now it's up to Nick to determine what they want to do to aid the interrogation.
I think he's going to look for, like you were talking about, looking for tells and looking for little signs
Yeah.
in his musculature. What do I roll for that?
So if you're trying to do the microspray, that'll be more on the support side. Because observing, you're observing in secret. And you're definitely not
gotcha.
secret here. You're 6 foot
No,
in
yeah.
the corner. So you're gonna be doing support, which is by monitoring the subject's physiological responses and scrutinizing their answers. You can help the interrogator fine-tune their approach. So you're gonna make a investigation check.
Essentially, Vigo's a giant read from Criminal Minds.
And yep, you succeed. So now you have actually just helped lower the interrogator's DC by 1.
Okay.
The only downside is you don't give him advances because it didn't match his tactic. But it was still a good thing to do. Because that's the nice thing, too, is that you don't have to choose a 8 option that matches the method they're being used. Because, again, if you do well in the role like you did, boom, now you're able to help lower that DC for them to help do a better job.
Yeah, I think like game wise, Vigo's gonna be like, okay, he told me to stay here and be quiet. I need to be as like helpful while being as passive as possible.
Yep, and the support one's definitely a good one to go for based on that. So that was a good choice there. Alright. So we're gonna say about an hour has passed so far with just the same questions going on there. Now it's gonna be Major Bell's turn to make a roll. What was this guy's? That's right. Okay. Yeah, it was only a C. Okay. Let me pull up Major Bell's character sheet because I actually had to make him a sheet for this. Oh, huh. I didn't realize I did that for him. I actually just made it easier for him. Because another thing too, so essentially you would make a insight or investigative check, or intimidation check, again, depending on what you're doing overall. But if you're proficient in those skills, you actually reduce the DC by 2 for each skill. So yeah, wow. I didn't even mean to make Major Bell like that. I was like, he's had security. We're giving him these 2 skills. So he's going to do an insight, because essentially during that hour, all the guy was saying was the equivalent of, I ain't telling you shit, you know, who says I work for anybody, you know, we just did this for fun, etc., etc. So Major Bell's going to go ahead and roll. And, yep, he definitely beat that part. So when he asked it again after that first hour, the guy is actually going to have started to crack just a little bit, and he's going to be saying, "You don't want to mess who I work with who I work for." So now he shows, at least to the best of your knowledge, because then you guys still aren't entirely sure how true the information here, that he is at least working for someone. Now at this point, Bell's going to change up his tactic. He's now going to try and manipulate this guy's ego. So he's going to go like, Oh, actually, I just realized I did the wrong check for that real quick, so hold on. Oh yeah, he still got the same info. He actually rolled better with the right skill, which is kind of sad. Oh. Because different, for those again watching, because again, we're all still learning this part. Whatever tactic you use, there's 2 skills that you could potentially roll to determine what happens. So, like for questioning, you would roll investigation or perception. Whereas for ego, I'll be rolling intimidation or persuasion, depending on the exact tactic that Bell uses within that method. And it even tells you like what the save would be too for when the subject breaks, and we'll talk about breaking in just a moment. But now he's going to kind of start to go like, Okay, I get it. You're some kind of, you feel like you're a big shot because your boss is probably high up some chain somewhere. So, why don't you help me help you? Because I doubt you want to be sitting in a cell here for the rest of your days. 'Cause that's essentially what it's looking like. Especially if we were to say, we let some of those people you attacked in here with you. And again, he's going to let the guy kind of simmer for a bit there on that part, because he'll actually walk out to kind of let him think on that part. And he'll have you follow him, by the way, Vigo, because he ain't leaving you alone in there. But at that point, what aid tactic do you want to use to help him in this case?
I think I'm gonna go with support on this one.
You doing support again?
Um,
I mean, it's fine if you do. I just want to make sure on that part, because what are you going to do?
yeah, because
what are you gonna do?
bluff. Vigo's not good at bluffing, and he's been doing nothing but observe over in the corner. So I think he's gonna do it at support.
Well, you actually did support in the last one, but support's still good in this one too. Because again, observe, you have to be in secret, like behind a two-way mirror, essentially.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no. If you want to do support again, that's fine. Just like, so what are you doing to help support that? What are you looking for?
I think he's going to be looking for any markings on his face, any like exposed skin that he could tell. Like maybe if he's really tan, he comes from a place with a lot of sun. If he's if he has stuff on his skin or if he has dirt or something like that. Obviously, he's trying to basically make deductions off of what you can see on the guy's body.
All right, so that one actually is more on the observe part, because again, support is monitoring physiological responses. So again, that's like the micro expressions, or seeing if there's any like smidget of truth or lie in what they're saying.
Okay, so it's okay if I pivot and switch to that one then, because that seems more...
That's fine. That's why I brought it up. Is just because again, this is a learning moment for all of us.
Yeah.
So you're actually looking for what you can do to kind of help Major Bell out and go like, hey, I noticed this while you were talking. Okay, so go ahead and give me a insight check. Whenever it loads a number. Oh yeah, you definitely help him there. So again, that's going to lower the DC by 1. Doesn't give him advantages though, sadly. But again, either way, you still lower the DC. So it's still good on that part. Because again, that's what I really like, is that you don't always have to match them up.
Right.
But after about an hour again, we now get to test the break method, because we have hit this dude's threshold. So the way breaking works is, once the number of hours spent on attack, if this reduces the subject to 0 or fewer threshold, the subject must make a check to break or harden. And you only get an answer if the subject breaks. If they harden up, then at that point, it's like you ain't getting jack out of them at that point. So, it's going to be a charisma saving throw for this guy. And he's not very charismatic, so let's have a base. And... hold on. Hold on. So I'm trying to see where, like, what, because I got the, I'm trying to see how to find the DC for threshold, because I'm actually not seeing it here, which is weird. Oh, nope, I see it. Okay. So, yeah, so he actually failed to save. So he actually just starts banging on the door, or on the window, because there was a two-way mirror in this for the interrogation room. And Bell actually just smirks at you. It's probably the first time you've seen him smile. And he goes like, let's go in.
He's going to resume his mean mug and cross his arms.
Yeah. So, when you guys go in, Major Bell's not even going to waste time. He's going to be like, go ahead, start talking. And this guy starts spilling his guts. But, here's the thing.
He's not talking in a
normal voice. he starts talking, and you realize that he is actually a Goa'uld. He's all like, "I serve my master Ball. We were sent here to grab some people." Is the best way he describes it, and
turn that off. And he just starts again spilling the guts. He doesn't say where they were taken. He was never given that information. He was told to meet at a certain point, but he knows that's not where they were actually going to stay. But again, he just starts like I said, he is spilling his guts. You at least know he was taken to a planet not too far from Cymeria as like the waypoint. And that the planet they were taken to does not have a Stargate on it. So you can only get there by ship. And then
never make it easy.
Huh?
They can never make it easy.
Mm-hmm. But he does let slip one. He does let slip a name of where he suspects they were taken, and that was Tir Nanog, which you guys may recall from that one planet.
I'm familiar with the place, yes.
But yeah, he doesn't know how to get there. He doesn't, because he is a low level Goa'uld. Like he's literally like he was just chosen because Ball was bored of him, and he even told y'all that. He was like, I've failed my lord too many times. So I was given this assignment. That's why we all had the chips in our teeth, etc.
Yeah, Vigo's gonna kind of look at Major Bell, kind of give him a knowing nod that like I think he instinctively grabs his ribs because that's where his ribs first originally got hurt. So
it was on that planet.
He's just like, okay. He's like, okay, he's smiling now. He's no longer mean mugging. He's sitting smiling, crossing his arms.
Yep. And then Major Bell goes ahead and stands up. He walks out the door, doesn't even say anything to the Goa'uld. Has you follow him. But then you are going to see him grab his radio, and he's going to radio to the gate room and saying, or not to the gate room, he's going to radio just to someone, you don't really hear the name, but they're going to be like, let the Tok'ra know we have a Goa'uld for him.
Vigo's just, yeah.
Alright. And we're going to stop with you right there, and we're going to head to Brooke, who was at the end of their third shift. So what is Brooke doing at this point when we come back to her? Muted.
Thought I hit that. What did I hit? I think she's probably, been doing charting, but she's kind of like catnapping in between. It's like write a little bit, cut a knot off. Okay, write some more.
Yeah, so I'm trying to say, again, towards the end of the shift, as you're probably in the middle of one of those catnap modes, you're going to feel a hand touch your shoulder.
Okay.
No, I'm saying, do you like turn? Do you jolt?
I'll sit up straight and I'll look over my shoulder.
Yeah, and you see it's one of the other doctors at the base going like, hey, go hit the sack, it's my turn.
Okay. And I'll give him a report.
Yeah, and he'll actually make a little joke going like, oh, you're not going to try and fight to stay on shift? That's a miracle. Considering how many times
If I thought I could, I would. Yeah.
And
you're welcome.
Yeah, but he'll mark off everything he needs to for the change of shift, and that way you're able to go and do whatever. So what do you do after you get knocked off duty?
I probably go get something to eat.
All right.
And yeah.
All right, and what do you do once you get to the mess hall?
Just like grab a salad or something and just sit down at one of the tables.
All right.
not really focusing on it much going else around me. It's just, kind of mechanical at this point,
Yeah, you're just autopilot.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no one really bothers you while you're eating. You're able to get through it all, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and then after eating, what do?
I'll go back to my quarters, I guess, and then I'll see if I can make my brain quit so I can sleep.
Well, considering how long you've gone without sleep, go ahead and give me another Constitution check. This time at disadvantage. And mainly because you're also running on adrenaline for a good chunk of that. Oh yeah, no. As soon as your head hits
that
the
one.
pillow, you are out.
Like
your brain.
Good. That's what she wanted.
Yeah, your brain is like, girl, go to sleep, and it's like they took a hammer to your own head, like an active hammer to your head. I mean,
that's exactly what she wanted, and not to have to lay there and think about anything. Just.
All right.
I probably didn't even change clothes. Just like fell onto the bed.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you didn't even have to change. You literally just walked in.
Yep.
It's a good thing Brooke doesn't wear glasses because they probably would break with the way you're laying, or at the very least get bent out of shape.
Yep.
All right, and I think that is a good point for us to take a break real quick so we can refill our drinks, use the bathroom, all that good stuff. We will be back in about 15 minutes, y'all. Hey, what's up, everyone? We are back. As we left off before the break, Brooke has finally gone to sleep after 3 consecutive shifts. And most doctor shifts are about, 10 to 12 hours, give or take, depending on how many doctors are on staff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually about 12 hours, yeah.
Yeah. And then we also found out that the prisoner was actually not just some random Joe Schmo of the galaxy, but was actually a Goa'uld. A lesser Goa'uld under the service of Baal. So now, Phoenix Base has a little bit more info on what's actually been happening in their part of the woods, so to speak. But now we are going to go to Keshna and Sharifa. So what have y'all been up to?
Keshna, after she got dismissed and gave X amount of time for the General Bell and Vigo to get there, she had tried to sneak her way over so she could try to listen in, but not actually. But she's not trying to enter, say. She's not trying to get past the guards, not...
Well, the only way you'd be able to listen in is if you got past the guards.
Sorry,
She's
homie.
She snuck down there and she's patiently waiting for Vigo to try to get information as soon as he...
Well, you know what? Because we'll go back and retcon a little bit. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay. Ooh. 23.
Alright, well, first we're going to roll the guards. And there's 2 of them, so I'm going to roll 2 of them. So neither of them see you.
Especially the first one.
Yep. Now we're going to see if... Vigo, go ahead and give me a perception check as well, by the way. And now we're going to see if Major Bell sees you. Oh, yeah, you definitely don't see him. Bell came so close to catching your ass. If he had advantage, you would have been caught.
Yeah, but he's distracted, thankfully, with the information. Is how I see it.
I want to say no, because he came really close. I want to say he's distracted. I'd say it's more so focused.
Yeah.
Because the major, when he's doing something, he makes sure he gives it all he's got. And that was with a +8 to perception too, by the way.
Oh well, I have a +5 to stealth. So.
Yeah. All right. But with that, yeah, so you're able to sneak and you're able to be there until, you're able to get some information. Because again, like if you try and get into like the second room with the mirror, you're 100% gonna get caught. There's no way you can sneak in to that door.
No.
But after a little bit, you do see Vigo and the Major come out. And they're actually both getting ready to head to the General's office. And they are coming right at you.
Is there like any rooms or anything that she could duck into near?
It is a straight hallway.
She's gonna, as quickly but silently as she can, because she really doesn't want to be seen down here. She's making her way away from General Bell.
Major.
Major. Sorry, Major Bell.
You said Vigo does not see Keshna?
Not the first time. But first, go ahead and give me a new stealth roll.
Please. Oh God!
Ooh.
I should have rolled my actual dice.
So Vigo, go ahead and roll your perception to see if you're able to hear, because you can't see them yet. Oh yeah, they both hear you. Now they don't see you yet. All they hear is just a shuffling of feet. I'm going to give you one more roll to see if you can make it out of view before they round the corner.
Stormy, dice or just roll with the
Dice.
And then, well, here's the thing. This time I want you to give me a dexterity check. Because now, like I said, because you're trying to quickly get out of view.
Alright, so dexterity check, so that'd be +3. Alright, I'm gonna with advantage or disadvantage? With disadvantage, I mean,
Just
or
flat roll. Because again, they just know someone's there. They just
I got an 18.
okay. We're gonna have one more roll to see if they get caught. Vigo, go ahead and roll. By the way, you said 18.
Yeah.
Yep, you're able to duck out of view. So they heard shuffling. They're assuming someone was just moving and probably dragging their feet. But they completely pass you. They don't even notice you as they head to the general. And then you see the prisoner is getting escorted back to his cell.
She's in enough trouble with the prisoner. She's just gonna follow after Vigo and Major Bell. she figures she can get better information there.
Okay. Now, are you still trying to hide so where the ones like where the prisoner and the escort can't see you, or are you trying to make sure the Major and Vigo can't see you at this point?
Honestly, she's just makes sure the Major doesn't see or hear her.
Okay.
She's less worried about Vigo than.
Yeah, but I mean, if Vigo sees you, you know the Major's probably gonna see it too.
Yeah.
Because Vigo can't act calm and when he knows something's afoot. You know I'm not wrong, Nick.
Keshin hasn't learned that yet entirely, though, either.
Fair.
To be honest. So, to keep into Keshin, she wouldn't be concerned with Vigo right now because she hasn't learned that about him.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
She's only worried about the Major, and she's already in trouble with them. So
yeah, but with that being said, so I'm assuming you're following after Vigo and the Major at this point.
Yes,
because you are not trying to hide from the prisoner who is now ousted as a Goa'uld. They do shout "Shova" at you.
Traitor.
And they say it a few times because they wanted to get that out of their system the entire time you were in the room with them.
Oh, now Keshin. Okay, hold on. Pick a color, blue or gray.
Gray.
Oh God, I rolled high too. Well, Keshin's anger just got the better of her, and she quickly turned. And Ingul should start ranting at him about how he was the idiot for following him. And she was making a beeline straight for him to give her a piece of her mind with her fist.
Yeah. So I'm passive perception alone because you said you're shouting. Your Bell and Vigo officially know you're there now.
Yep.
Luckily for you, they got more important business. They're going to continue on to the general, or at least the Major is. I can't speak for Vigo. We'll see what Vigo does in a second. But the guards are definitely going to tell you to stop before they shoot you with a Zat gun.
I think Vigo is gonna sort of slowly, he's gonna slowly walk slower than the Major. He's gonna be like, I'll be right back, and he's gonna turn around and run down the hallway to try to intervene.
Okay. Are you still making the beeline to the prisoner, by the way, even after the threat of being shot with a Zat gun?
I was just gonna ask, high or low?
High.
Yep.
You're still making the beeline?
Yep.
Okay, so without hesitating, the guard is going to take out his Zat gun, and they are going to shoot you with it. A fun part: we have not done anything with Zat guns yet in terms of how the hits for those go. So give me 1 second to pull up their bits. There should not be too many instances of that word in this book. Holy no, yeah, there is, because we all know how the books are. Hold on.
Gonna end up in the infirmary again.
Bad, Keshna, bad.
No, Keshin's probably gonna end up in a cell at this point.
Yep. Okay. So favored by Phoenix.
And the infirmary at the same time. Well, no, because the Zat gun is non-lethal, really.
Yeah, well, it's non-lethal on the first shot. Because one shot stuns, second shot kills, third shot disintegrates. Okay, so Zat Nicotel. Okay, I gotta go to page 123 for the actual rule. Well, first off, so they're gonna go ahead and make a ranged weapon attack on you. Since you're not wearing your armor, what's your dexterity modifier?
3.
All right, so you got AC of 13. All right. Well, first shot missed, and real quick, Vigo, what's your dexterity?
Oh no.
You good?
He had a 1. He gave like a 1 moment sign.
Okay.
I think he's talking to one of the family.
No, that's fine. I'll come back to that in just a moment.
Okay.
Are you still charging out even after that failed shot?
I wouldn't be.
Yep.
Oh Christ.
Second shot.
I just went with high again.
Oh, second
Nobody's
shot hits. Second shot hits.
I was gonna say nobody's allowed to call Sharifa a hothead anymore. There's one worse.
All right, so
Mhm.
you're immediately hit with 3 levels of exhaustion. Is there any rolls you need to make? Yeah, so when you hit 3 levels... All right, give me a Constitution saving throw. Oh yeah, you beat the save. You are hurting like hell, but you are not at full steam anymore. Like you are struggling to move. After that hit, are you still charging?
I wouldn't say it's a charge at this point.
You get my point.
Yeah, but she's still trying to move for
Got it. Because
the prisoner
you have to be unconscious for the second shot to kill.
Yeah.
Real quick, Nick, what's your dexterity again? Your modifier?
+1.
Oh yeah. That first shot still didn't hit. The first shot that missed him still didn't hit you. So again, they're gonna shoot you again. And that one also hits. So give me another Constitution saving throw. Oh yeah, you collapse.
Yeah.
And obviously with shots of a Zat gun, the Major 100% turned around right as you fell. They have no words to describe your actions, besides telling on the radio for one, a corpsman to make sure you're okay, considering you got shot twice, and then 2, to take you to your room and put you on guard.
Are they gonna open the doors, Keshna?
You're out cold.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh shit!
I'm so glad they're not spikes anymore.
Actually, they're calling a corpsman. It'd be better for them to take you to an infirmary under guards. Never mind, you'll be in the infirmary now that I think about it. That's the more logical choice. So, good thing Brooke ain't in the hospital right now.
But I have standing orders for them to tell me when one of my team members gets brought in.
Oh, yes, you do. Alright, well, we'll come to that in a second. Vigo, what do you do after you see Keshna take 2 shots from a Zat gun and then fall down?
Does Vigo know about what 2 shots means?
Well, you know what 2 shots mean, like if they were unconscious when the second one hit, yeah.
Okay.
So you know they're still alive, but you're still just like...
Yeah, he running, he's just like, okay.
And the Major's right behind you now, by the way.
See, Vigo just kind of shakes his head. He's like, I probably shouldn't say anything, should I?
He's telling you just, no, not a word.
I didn't think so.
And that's when you
Okay.
hear him again radio for a corpsman, and again, one, check on Keshna, and then take her to the infirmary. And then place her under guard.
Vigo's just kind of crouch down next to her unconscious body, kind of put his hand on her shoulder and be like, get up and walk, not follow Major Bell.
Yep. Alright, and then we're going to come to Sharifa. So what is Sharifa doing at this point?
Still in her room. Hasn't left all day.
Alright. So we'll actually get you out of the room in just a moment then. So Corman comes, obviously Keshner's still alive, they find a pulse, your Goa'uld is also still alive, because you still have the Primta on your stomach. Oh wait, I can't remember, were you on Tetronin, or did you still have the Primta on you? I couldn't remember.
Kishna still has it.
Okay, I couldn't remember that part, okay.
Yeah,
so
Kishna never got her.
Yeah, so your Primta is still alive as well. But yeah, so you're brought to the infirmary, you are then handcuffed and strapped down to the bed, because of the fact your father do have, more strength, physical strength than most humans. And Brooke, you're going to get a radio call saying, "Doc, you need to come back." Like, this is a regular radio call. It's not like the intercom.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, thankfully, you did get at least 3 hours sleep before this happened.
Yeah. All right. I'll head back that way.
Yep. And when you make it back to the infirmary, you see it's Keshna, out cold, strapped and handcuffed to a gurney.
What the hell happened?
The guard who's standing next to the bed goes, "Turns out that prisoner you helped bring back was a Goa'uld. Keshna here was trying to attack them. And took 2 shots of his gun, which honestly was a miracle they're not dead."
I'm going back to my quarters. Call me when she wakes up.
And they just go, "Yes, ma'am," especially with the look you probably give them when you say that.
Yep.
I'm too tired to deal with this shit.
Pretty much. And then by the time Brooke made it to the infirmary to deal with Keshna while they were still out cold, Vigo, you and the Major did get to General's office. General's on the phone. The gate opens, so you're assuming they're probably, well, not on the phone, they're on a radio. Talking to someone back at the SGC, or at least another outpost in general, like maybe Alpha Site. But the Major knocks on the door. He puts his hand up saying, "Give him a moment." After probably like 2 or 3 minutes, you'll hear the gate shut off. And that's when the General will go, "Enter." And you guys will enter the office. The Major will salute to the General, all that. And he'll just go ahead and just report what you guys found out during the interrogation. And the General's going to turn to you and go, like, "Any thoughts?" Especially now that you're probably more level-headed than you were the other day in here.
My sincerest apologies for my actions then. Tirnanog, we have been before, and it's...
Well,
I think...
Real quick, remember, you weren't at Tirnanog. You heard about it.
Oh, that's right. We heard about Tirnanog. We heard reference to Tirnanog from the planet that we did battle. I feel that there's more to learn, and we should be the ones to go.
Who's we, by the way?
Sir.
Well, I'll determine who goes, but first off, we need to find where this is. Considering our guest didn't really tell you where to find it to begin with. And for all we know of Ball, it will not be easy to find.
Hey, would Keshna know where it's at? Just so.
Well, again, you don't know the information from the interrogation yet.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we'll cross once you're given the information, if you're given the information, depending on what Vigo decides to disclose. Yeah, but with that, he'll tell you, go ahead and get some rest. Tomorrow, you and the doc can head back to your village on Cymeria. Because that call I was on was actually the SGC. They are going to be sending us a few teams later this evening that will then go with you to Cymeria to help start the rebuilding.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's a good kindness from you.
And well, sadly, the Asgard are a little too caught up in their own bid to come help and add more defenses after this.
So the Asgard are about. They're out and about.
Yeah. He was like, yes, I mean, who do you think gave us technology for the Prometheus? Since you were on that just a little while ago.
Yes, I was hoping to meet one of them, but he was not on board. But yes, I will get rest, and I once again thank you for the ability to go back and see my home.
And then he'll go and just, nod and dismiss you. And you can hear, as you were leaving, Major Bell describe to General Lawyer what happened in the hallway with Keshna.
Vigo starts walking a little faster at this point.
Mm-hmm. It is in on the radio, and this actually wakes you up from your second nap, Brooke. But you hear on the intercom.
Sharifa to the infirmary. Sharifa to the infirmary.
It'll be a few minutes, but she'll go.
And,
I'm like, why are they calling her to the infirmary?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
well, again, that's where you are, Keshna.
Oh yeah.
She'll
Yeah.
step in there.
Yeah, you step in there and you see Keshna is just barely awake at this point. They are handcuffed to the bed and strapped down to it.
What happened?
Oh, we will discuss that in just a moment. First, take a seat.
Sit down.
Who's there?
Oh, it's General and Major. Sorry, I thought I said that. That was my bad. Yeah, and he's actually...
All right. Well, I'm walking. I'm walking that way, but I'm not walking real fast.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Oh, no, you're good. But yeah, but also, Sharifa, when you enter, you see that there is literally no one in the infirmary but the four of you. There are no patients. There are no staff. It is literally empty for this. So I was hoping to have this conversation in my office, but after a certain incident today, we had to have it here.
Incident?
Yeah, Keshna here attempted to assault our prisoner. As it turns out...
That doesn't sound like her.
Let me finish. As it turns out, after Major Bell's interrogation, it was discovered that our prisoner is a Goa'uld.
Still doesn't sound like her. That's more of a me move than a her move.
Yeah, well, there's 4 witnesses, including Vigo, and myself, as the Major says.
What was said?
As to what Keshna said, hard to say. I don't speak Goa'uld. And
I do.
you act like he's going to be able to pronounce every word that was said.
You have video?
Oh, there's video, but most security cameras, like, this is out of character. Most security cameras don't carry audio.
True.
Vigo can attempt to tell you.
Yeah, it's like the only word that he is able to tell you that was said, this was said by the prisoner, was Shova, which he at least knows means traitor because he's heard it enough times from and seen it in enough reports, especially from SG-1 with Teal'c.
Well, I would have gotten ticked off too if somebody called me a traitor.
Not helping your own case, girl.
Oh, yeah, that's minus the girl part. That's verbatim what Major Bell says. Like, you are not helping yourself right now.
Well, like I said, that's more of a me move than a her move, which
Yeah.
is why I'm confused.
Well, it happened nonetheless. Again, Vigo can attest to it. He was there.
I trust Vigo.
Now, as to the real reason I called you here, we're going to discuss your brief interaction. Is probably the best way to phrase it with our guest. Especially as I have found out, because this is all the Major talking. The General's just standing there at the moment. Especially as I found out, you went under a false pretense of giving medical aid.
I looked him over. But I understand where you're coming from, Major. I did do this under false pretense. But I was looking out for a teammate and I wanted answers.
And we have a process to go through. I got the answers just fine. Took a little bit of time, but we got them just fine, and without any extreme measures taken. And this is when the general's going to chime in, is going like, if you're wondering, you are not being taken off a team. You are still going to be team leader. But we are going to be assigning someone essentially as a oversight advisor to your team.
I don't think I'm ready.
For what?
To step back out.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to be a bit of time before I put you on any real missions anyway.
No, I don't think you understand.
Care to elaborate?
Came here with my own goals in mind. And every step I have taken to try to handle my goals has done nothing but one mistake after another. I've angered my team. I've angered you. I don't think I deserve to be in command.
To be honest, is that thought process right there is why I'm still leaving you in command. Most leaders do not believe they are fit to lead. You should have seen the major here on his first assignment back when he first made lieutenant.
Hey,
And the major just like clams up at this point, by the way, because he completely forgot about that scenario.
I don't know, General.
Thanks. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, continue.
I think we should ask them what they think. 'Cause I have angered every single one of them. If they don't think that they're ready to follow me, I will step down.
All right.
I've hurt my family, and I'm not very proud of myself for it.
All right. I say that's fair. You're then going to see General walk over to the intercom and go,
Phoenix 5, report to the infirmary. Phoenix 5, report to the infirmary.
and at this point, Brooke, you already walked in the door. Like, right as he finished saying that, you actually walked in. And you see...
Just in time to see Sharifa going,
Just Anna Keshna's strapped down and cuffed to a gurney.
Yeah, well, Grant, Brooke saw you strapped down earlier.
Yeah.
You were just out cold.
It's still kind of out of it.
Nah, you're out of it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're back to normal.
Oh.
All right. And, real quick, before we
Sir?
go back to Brooke entering. Vigo, what do you do when you hear that?
Vigo is used to everyone sort of being called individually, so the fact that the entire team is being called, he's like urgency. So he gets into like a trot, like a slow jog down to the infirmary.
All right, so as you're jogging to the infirmary, go ahead, Brooke.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, we gotta wait for Vigo. And what do you do after you hear that? By the way, considering Keshna's still handcuffed and strapped.
It's silently seething there, so
I'm just gonna look at Kesh and say, What the hell were you thinking?
I'd say, what's your answer?
Keshna would look at Brooke and say, "It's gold business," and just leave it at that. She's not.
Wrong answer.
Yep.
Sharif will turn and look at her and Gould say, talk.
Hey, so before I go further with Sharifa, is there any markings on the prisoner that Keshna would have seen to indicate bail?
No, they weren't Jaffa. They were just straight up Goa'uld. They didn't have any markings.
Okay. Well, she can't get away from she can't use that on Sharifa. So in Gold, she would, while seething, she would explain exactly, tell Sharifa what he said, and she's going to take care of it, one way or another.
No, you're not. And she'll say that plain English.
I get this point, Vigo's gonna come running in.
Yep, and you see Keshna strapped down, handcuffed, with Sharifa and Brooke standing there waiting.
Yeah, that tracks.
The general then chimes in, going like, "So this originally was going to be a conversation between just me, the Major, Sharifa, and Keshna, but Sharifa has seen fit to include the two of you. As Vigo has probably found out at this point, as I know he was there during the Major's conversation with Keshna, to put it lightly, that these two, without prior approval, went to interrogate the prisoner. The punishment for the team, so to speak, is that Sharifa will still be leader, but you're going to have a fifth member put on as an oversight advisor. So essentially, if you all do anything that goes against what we do as a mission, so again, like, not being a cowboy is the best way to phrase it. Excuse me. They will report to me, and to me alone.
And who's saying this?
This is the general.
The general or the major?
No, this is the general. The major is still being quiet. Oh, hold on. Alright, I'll reply to that in a second. Sharifa here, though, believes they should not be team lead and wants to leave it up to you as a team's decision. They believe they are not fit to lead due to, I guess, personal issues you all have had with each other as of late. So, I ask you this, and I'll ask each of you one at a time. Do you want Sharifa to stay the leader? And he's going to start with Keshna, who's still chained up.
I should just give a quick yes.
Alright. Brooke?
With the caveat that she continues some counseling, because I do think she was making progress from the reports I read.
Oh, that was still going to happen regardless. Hydrate from Stormy. And then Vigo.
Yes.
Alright. Well, there you have it, Sharifa. Your team says yes.
Very well.
Now, for individual punishment, the two of you, during any free time you have, will be stuck cleaning the kitchens for the next month.
Yes, sir.
And I am referring to a deep clean.
Yes, sir.
And with that, the Major and the General are going to walk out. And they do, and then the Major, before walking, will tell the guards to go ahead and release you from the bed, by the way, Keshna.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd have a hard time standing at the moment.
Oh yeah, your muscles hurt like hell.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's like pins and needles all over. It's like
Yeah.
your whole
Do
body,
I even want?
your whole body feels like it's static.
Do I need to do Constitution at that point?
No,
Okay.
at least not at this point.
Just
What
for
before
my
you
own.
do?
I'm glad you didn't have that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to use it, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm not. But again, what are the four of you doing?
I thank you. All three of you. Let's go get something to eat. I haven't eaten all day.
That sounds like a plan to me.
I'm going back to my room.
Ashna,
I'm
Hey, have you ever seen like a baby animal trying to stand?
yeah.
That's kind of what
Raise
Keshna
horses.
looks like. That's the image I have of Keshna right now, trying to stand and walk. Her baby animal's first steps, and
All right, let's get Keshna back to her room first, and then we can go grab some food.
Alright, Lisa,
So-
were you about to say something?
I was gonna say I'm gonna go back to sleep, but she'll go get something to eat again. You know?
Well, Sharifa's gonna be on one side. She'll make Vigo get on the other, and I'll take Keshna back to her room first.
Yeah, you guys are able to make it back to the room okay. Now, the question is, who opens the door?
Oh God, if they're supporting her, probably me.
Probably.
I think Vigo's gonna jump out in front of everybody and be like, "Wait!" And he's gonna
Yeah,
like,
you know she's been doing it where the rest of us haven't.
I'm gonna hit the handle real quick, push it, and then push you guys back.
I mean, as long as they weren't in the doorway itself, they wouldn't have gotten hit by it.
oh no, there's been improvements made.
Yeah, but it still says
It's
still the
gonna-
one that shoots out like this, so it'll still be within the door frame. It wouldn't go out.
Yeah, okay, but there's a delayed reaction now.
Okay, well,
About 60 seconds. Give or take a
God.
few seconds.
so Vigo, you open the door, nothing happens.
And remember, it's not the spikes anymore, it's the blunt. So it's not... Yeah.
I mean, it can still pierce skin depending on the speed.
It's
Can I do a
meant-
perception check to see if I see it?
It's meant more to deter than...
I know,
Injure.
but what I'm getting at is still the fact is still you have a blunt object go fast enough, it will still pierce.
True.
It will.
And
Look at
it-
musket
it's-
balls.
and it's no longer a dummy grenade either. It's a flashbang.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes, Vigo, you can't roll perception, by the way, to answer your question.
So it's like flashbang,
So
blunt.
you notice the flashbang, but that's all you notice.
Ow.
I mean, what do you do when you notice a flashbang?
I think he's gonna jump on it.
Ooh.
Okay, the flashbang's not on the floor.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would swing down into the...
Well, then I would turn back and jump. Well, I would see something pop down. I'd turn back and jump and try and tackle Sharifa and Brooke.
Well, I ain't catching at that point.
Yeah. And the kitchen's
Okay.
already empty.
And you guys get a loud ringing in your ears. Thankfully, you're not blinded because you did cover up, but you do have that loud
Ooh.
ringing still. And then as
You guys okay?
And then as you stand back up, thankfully you guys are far enough from the door, but you do see that one trap shoot out with the
The improvements.
rounded off spikes.
He was just gonna glare at her.
What? Oh,
Oh yeah, no, people are clamoring down the hall because of the flashbang now. They're trying to figure out what the hell happened.
You are gonna undo that and not set it up again.
every bit of it.
Keshna's too sore right now to answer anyone because she has a Vigo on top of her, and she's still recovering from 2 shots from the Zach gun. So,
Yep. Alright. But yeah, so
Matter of
everyone
fact-
comes in, they realize it was just weird accident, they don't know how it happened, but they're like, okay, no one's hurt. You guys get Keshna into the room, and you guys are able to
Yeah.
mess hall no problem. And that, I think, is a good stopping point for tonight. Mainly because I am sweating like hell right now because of the AC.
Yeah, bless your heart.
yeah.
'Cause my
Go
house is in
get
the
you a
80s right now.
fan.
It's called money.
Oh, true.
But thank you all for coming out and watching tonight. We're gonna go ahead and go around and say who you are, who you played, where people can find you, and you know we won't have a question for close this time. But we're gonna go in reverse order. So B, you're first.
I am B. I play Keshna. I'm also known as Necrotic Viper on Twitch, Discord, and TikTok. Wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
There's no question. It's just who you are, who
Oh.
you play, and where people can find you.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there you go then. That
Alright.
threw me off.
No, you're good. Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, D&D Winter Wolf on TikTok and Discord. I play Dr. Brickwalker, the sane member of the team. In Vigo, I think. You can find me every Monday night on Halfling Wizards channel, Twitch channel, playing either Wind Riders of Aria or on alternating weeks, Origins, which is a Surge campaign, which I urge you to check out. Of course, you can find me here every other Friday for the Stargate campaign. And just started a new campaign. We just had our session 0, also on Halfling Witches channel, called the Liminal Blink. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's we're all sort of playing IFs, but with D&D stats. And yeah,
Yeah, that's
we
what I was
gotta-
like. IF?
IF,
You want to elaborate?
imaginary friends,
Okay.
imaginary friends.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Ifs.
And it's looking like it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Okay.
So that's probably going to be on Thursday nights, but we haven't set our session 1 yet. But if you haven't joined Halfling Witches channel, I urge you to. It's a very good group. And there'll be posted information on that there.
All right. And Stormy?
Hey, I'm Stormy. I play Sharifa. You can find me on TikTok, Discord, under Storm Ransom 2002, and hopefully soon when B starts going back to streaming, you'll catch me there playing Diablo 4 with him, as I manage not to insult the world.
All right. Vigo?
Hey everybody, I am Nick. I go by Professor Hexagon. I play Vigo Sigmundson, the Viking scientist. You can find me on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Yeah, that's basically it.
Where
You're
can we
not
find you?
You're not going to talk about the games you're in besides mine?
Well, I mean, Lisa covered that pretty well.
Dale. Never heard.
I didn't
it's
say you were in.
every other Monday. This coming Monday would be in the Orlea campaign for I believe Varric, the Goliath barbarian.
Who is having a great time right now with these other Goliaths. Alright, and then once again, I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every Monday over on the Halfling Wizards channel for either Windrise of Arya or Orlea Origins, as I appear on both shows alongside Lisa and Nick. This Monday will be Orlea Origins, the 5e campaign set in Will's homebrew world of Orlea, where I play Kieran, our ASMR bard, who, for once, at least when it came to the end of last session, didn't cause any issues. Didn't help, but didn't cause any. But then again, the Optimize is that Windriders campaign, which uses the brand new Surge system, which I do have the link to Warp Tree Production in my Twitch here through Nightbot, so please click on, take a look at it. They're awesome. It is a really cool system, and the book is completely free. It's a free download. So definitely take a look at it on that part. You can also find me on Wednesdays here shortly for a short campaign ran by Pup Riku, also on the Halfling Wizards channel, where I'll be playing Gore-Tusk, a Minotaur barbarian, who is literally going to be Hulk Smash on everything.
Nice.
This campaign set like a roguelite, so if you ever play games like Returnal, Hades, Hades 2, Binding of Isaac, think that, where if you die, you go right back to the beginning. And we are expecting to die. And then, obviously, on Fridays, every other Friday at least, you can find me on this channel for our Stargate 5e campaign. We'll meet back here again on the... Oh, excuse me. The 5th of July, so after everyone has some fun with the fireworks, you can catch us again. Ooh, excuse me as well. On the opposite Friday, so this upcoming Friday, unless something happens, you can find me on Dinner and a Games channel for our Walking Dead campaign, Jazz Funeral, where I got kidnapped.
Oh boy.
By members of the Reclaim, so yay! Got kidnapped by psychos. You can also find me here streaming games as well. I need to get back on it because I kind of cut my timetable shorter because of Destiny 2. But I am doing a streaming series on Assassin's Creed, trying to get ready for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hopefully I can get through all of them. If not, then I may just wait till after Shadows and then beat that and then restart the whole thing and go through after Shadows. Anyway, you can also find me playing other games too, where it's like Helldivers, Starship Troopers, which... Found out Starship Troopers is coming to consoles this October if you're a new gen player. It's a really fun game. And Casper Van Dyne is coming back to do voice lines for the campaign, which is really cool.
Nice.
You get Johnny Rico back. And like I said, I'm going to be starting a new campaign here shortly. It'll probably take place after the short shot, because more than likely it'll be on Wednesdays, because based on my current work schedule that I've given myself, that's really the only day I can do, because I can't do Thursday nights, because I got to be at work at 9:30 in the morning, and I ain't trying to, get 5 hours of sleep before work. Other than that, I will see you all next time. Hopefully, thankfully my AC will be fixed by then, because my landlord said it should be by Monday. But we will see you next time, and make sure to stick around because we are going to go ahead and raid another channel as well.